All right, the original trivia. This episode 5. The original trivia game. We got Are You Serious in the building? We got Baby Taz in the building. We got D Jones. Nobody, well, only person in the building is Baby Taz. Everybody else is in their own buildings, in separate places. It's the original
Literally
trivia
across the
game.
country.
Yay! We got California on the Zoom. We got Florida on the Zoom, and we got Minnesota in the Zoom. Let's get this game started. Jones, where the hell are you at? Okay, you can still talk to us. That's good. I don't got to see
Yeah,
you.
no, I'm
I
putting
can,
on some
I can,
clothes.
I can still hear you. As long as I can hear you, we good. All right, today's
Taz, you're on mute.
categories. Damn, I can't see her no more neither. All right, today's categories are Black History, Sport, Fashion, Minnesota. Hey, baby, you gotta turn your camera on so I can know who say it first.
She is. It is on.
My video
I
is
can
on. I
see
mean, my
her.
camera's on.
I can see her.
Oh, hold on, I gotta pull my joint down. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I can see her.
All right, we got Black History, Sports, Fashion, Minnesota, and Movies and TV. Who was the winner last week? I think it was D Jones.
Who's dead, sir?
D Jones Reviews is the winner last week, so we're gonna let him go first this week. What
Let's
category
go.
would you like?
Let's go Fashion 100.
The staple of every black man's closet in the 2000s.
Oh, here we go with that shit again.
Oh, it's so general.
See? Well, that's right. Jordan. Jordan. I don't know. That shit.
All right, I did that because of last week. A tall tee, a lower track shoe, baggy jeans, it could be anything.
That was terrible, by the way.
Oh man, this is hilarious to me.
All right, let me
Jones
go
is on you
Fashion
again.
300.
Fashion 300. Founded in 1964 as Blue Ribbon Sports, this company changes.
What's up, that crazy echo?
Yeah, that's what I just heard.
Yeah, I'm too close to you.
D?
All right, founded in 1964 as Blue Ribbon Sports, blah, 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 blah. Jones.
D? Oh, there we go. All right, it's me. Nike.
Nike is correct. Nike. Bet y'all didn't know they was called Blue Ribbon Sports first.
I did not know that.
That was crazy.
Let me
I
get
do.
big. Let me
I
get
do.
Fashion 200.
I didn't know Nike was a goddess for victory. I didn't know they had goddesses for victory. They might got gods and goddesses for everything. I think. All right, damn, they ugly ass shoes, but not as ugly as Balenciaga's ripoff designs. Too bad they don't sell them anymore, and I just bought a pair. Damn it!
Ding, ding, ding.
Are you serious?
Talking about Yeezys?
Talking about Yeezys is correct. Fashion for 200.
What did you just get?
Hey, have you seen the picture that's going around? I didn't buy no Yeezys, nigga. I was thinking about you. Have you seen the picture that's going around where Reebok, they put Reeboks next to Balenciagas and all the designs for Reebok is the same? Is it Reeboks or is it Skechers? What are the two?
Did you see that video where they took Payless and changed the name and put it in a fancy store? Yeah. And all these people were coming in talking about, yeah, I can tell by the design and how expensive it is, and I would easily. So they literally paid $500, $600 for some Payless shoes, and then they gave their money back after they told them you're stupid.
Yeah, niggas will pay anything as long as there's a price on it.
If you don't actually know what you're looking at, then I could tell easily. Obviously, I work for shoes, so I know what I'm talking about. Them people is just fake.
All right, next category, bro.
I'll do fashion for 400. Why not?
Founded in 1989 by Carl Williams, this brand opened its first shop on Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, where it was promptly robbed and then shut down, and they moved to Hollywood. When asked how he named the brand, Carl said, I just kept asking myself, can I do it? And that inspired the brand name. What brand am I talking about?
No clue. I don't know who Carl Williams is. Sorry, I'm not a fashionista.
Jones, anybody, know? Carl Kanai. So he got the Carl from his name, Carl Williams, and he got Kanai because he said, "Can I do it?" And he kept just writing, "Can I do it?" over and over again. And that's how he got the Kanai from. Just for the tail.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, so I like to, I'm just trying to give y'all a little knowledge with the game.
No, the knowledge
All
you
right.
give me is fine. The way he got his name is just stupid. But
All right.
fashion for
Next category.
500.
Let's finish it out. Founders Carl Jones and TJ Walker created a clothing line that should be up there with Gucci and Prada. Their motto was clothing without prejudice, you dig? And it sparked an entire generation
Ding,
of
ding,
colors and
ding.
style.
Ding.
Jones,
Cross colors.
what is cross colors is correct.
You said it should be up there with Gucci and Prada.
Yes, because they changed the game. They the first ones. They invented baggy clothes. They went to New York and they seen people. They seen people wearing clothes that was too big, with belts tied up, and they was riding the trains. So what they did is they said, we're gonna make a size 32 waist, but I'm gonna give it the same body I would give a size 38.
Gotcha.
And they created baggy clothes.
Gotcha.
That's sparked the whole generation. All right.
Here we go.
Next category, Jones.
Let's go sports 100, please.
Who gonna win the Super Bowl this year?
Dang.
Ding.
I already did it. Vikings. I already knows what you're gonna say.
The Vikings, of course. Of course.
These questions have no validity whatsoever. Go ahead. Sports for 200.
Who won the NHL championship last year?
Dang, I watched the game too. I watched the game. Wow.
Nobody's doing.
That's
no,
what it was,
nigga,
yeah.
you cheated. You cheated. The Colorado Avalanche.
Oh God!
Yeah, I gotta give it.
At the very
Watch
last
the
minute.
game.
Yeah, I gave
Watch
niggas
the
time
game.
limit. My bad. All right, 10
you
second
gave me
time limit. Next question. Next
That's
category.
me. Let's do Minnesota for 100.
The most famous Minnesota lumberjack and his pet ox. Jones?
What's the ox name?
Paul Bunyan is correct.
Is
What's
it
the ox name?
Babe.
Babe is correct.
Minnesota.
Babe, you gotta take yourself off of mute in order for you to buzz in. Try it again.
Minnesota 200, please.
Don't be trying to hurry her up while she's still on mute.
This place is home to a lot of famous and rich Minnesotans. As a matter of fact, Dave Chappelle said, Jones?
Minnetonka.
Lake Minnetonka. Jones running away from this game.
Well, he could have been talking about the city, so he didn't say lake in front of it, so he gets dinged.
Technically,
because there is a Minnetonka and there's a Lake Minnetonka, which are two different situations. But I'll let you pass this time.
What are we gonna give it to him?
Minnesota 3.
Name the 5 largest cities in Minnesota. Anybody think they can name the 5 biggest cities in Minnesota?
Dang, I'll try. I don't care.
All right, what you got?
So we got St. Paul, we got Minneapolis, we got Duluth, we got Rochester.
Good one, Reg.
And
oh, you only got to name 4 out of 5 too. I should have said that at the beginning.
Oh, maybe Bloomington because it's so huge.
Nigga got all 5 correct.
Wow.
Minneapolis, St. Paul,
Wow.
Rochester, Bloomington, and Duluth. Correct.
I got them all right.
Made all 5
That should have been
biggest
500.
cities in Minnesota.
Wow.
That was hard as hell. Good job, bro. Good job. Good
Pretty
job.
good.
I did not think. I thought Bloomington was gonna be the one nobody guessed, right? Rochester, Duluth, we know that. St. Paul,
I
Minneapolis.
worked there, but also, if you look at the map, it's like the biggest city in Minnesota when you think about it, outside of like Minneapolis and St. Paul. So that's the only reason why I picked Bloomington. because
Yeah,
it's
fam.
so big. Like you can literally drive for like 20 minutes and still be in Bloomington.
I
on
did
the
not know
highway.
that. Bloomington is 87,000 people.
Bloomington is huge.
Alright.
Minnesota 4.
Baby, are you getting on camera? The Unidale Mall on the corner of University and Dale in St. Paul, Minnesota, was home to the most infamous clothing store in Minnesota. You definitely bought some FUBU or Boff outfits there. Maybe even an earring or a fake Gucci belt. You bought your
7 Mile.
Carlton Eye.
Ding, ding, ding.
And that's his brother. 7 Mile Bargain, the most infamous clothing store in Minnesota in St. Paul.
You didn't get FUBU from there, though. You got
some fake FUBU.
F05U. That's what you got.
Yeah, you got one of them joints.
That's where I got my Boss. That's where I got my Knicks jean outfit. I don't know what Knicks is to this day, but I had that.
Everybody in that mall.
I literally had all my. Yeah, that's where I got that infamous Boff jersey from, though.
Oh no, I guess in North Minneapolis, did they have a 7 Mile too?
Yeah, they got one on. They got on Lake.
Broadway.
That on Lake too.
No,
They got 7 Mile over there?
I'm talking about over north.
Yeah. They got 7 Mile discount.
Yeah, they had it over south. They had that 7 Mile by the. Oh, go ahead.
What did he say?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, I said that there was a 7 Mile discount, but that was more like beauty and hair supply type shit. They had some bootleg clothes and your color contacts in there, but it wasn't like a clothes store like that.
Nigga, that's what we talking about.
That was 7 Mile, yeah.
That's 7 Mile.
You get your jewelry, you get
everybody
your clothing,
get their clothes,
you get your hair,
all
of that shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they had one by the old crib, literally like you know where that Aldi's is at off Lake, like way down by where we used to live, right across from the cemetery. There was one in that little strip mall area where that rent a center.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's there now, but there was one.
7 Mile. That's what everything black is that 7 Mile Bargain. All right. Are you serious?
Might as well clear out Minnesota.
As a black man in Minnesota, what are you most afraid of? A, living in North Minneapolis. B, contracting a sexually transmitted disease, HIV.
Ding, 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 ding. C.
Are you serious? C, driving through the suburbs. Or
C.
D, getting robbed downtown.
C.
These white folks don't like us, man.
Bitches is burning niggas too, though.
Answer is C. But you know, at one time, HIV in Minneapolis was the highest in the nation. Also, living over North Minneapolis is very dangerous at times. I never heard nobody getting robbed downtown, though. That was just made up, right? I never heard nobody get robbed downtown. I'm pretty sure somebody
that is interesting.
But I've never heard of that before.
You know what? No. It's like a neutral zone. You can fight.
Yeah.
I never heard anybody get sticked.
Ain't nobody getting robbed. Yeah. You ain't picking nobody up downtown.
As many times as we've been downtown, messed up, staggering around, yeah, we would have been robbed.
Right. You don't do that downtown. You trying to go to jail.
It's just too open, I guess, and there's a lot of cops and horses around and stuff. So.
For real. All right,
let's go.
next category.
Movies and TVs for 100.
This is the IMDb description. So again, I'm just taking the IMDb description from the website for the movie. Among his peers, other talk shows, Blank is of the more passionate and of the more sensual. His topics range from bisexual affairs to rape. His guests sometimes get out of control and yell and scream at each other.
Ding, ding.
Are you serious?
Jerry Springer?
Jerry.
Because it wasn't more, or else they would have been yelling and screaming and running off the stage.
Yeah.
Movies for 200.
Movies 200. Apparently, opposites do attract. Blank and Blank are as different as one can imagine, but they're best friends who manage to be roommates as well as co-workers without killing each other.
Is it a black show?
Definitely black. All right, Jones.
Malcolm and Eddie.
Malcolm and Eddie is correct. Malcolm and Eddie is correct.
That's weird, but yeah.
All right, let's go Black History 100.
Now listen, with this category, I don't even expect y'all to get some of this shit right, but we gonna teach some Black history while we have
Ding, ding,
opportunity.
ding.
So this young man's murder sparked the civil rights movement in 1955 on a national level. Are you serious?
We know somebody that interviewed the people for the movie. Emmett Till.
Emmett Till is correct.
Shout out to
Emmett
Natalie.
Till is correct.
Yeah, Natalie, she just interviewed the cast for Till, and then she just interviewed Wakanda. So the girl who played the new Black Panther, the sister, what's her name?
Oh, it's the
her
sister?
too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Everybody, man, she walks around with you.
No,
Ain't watched the
I didn't know
preview.
that. I ain't watched none of that shit, no.
All right, well, yeah.
I ain't watched none of that shit. Damn, I thought it was gonna be the other black girl. Okay.
Even in the comic books, it's the sister. We'll do Black History for 2.
Shout out to Emmanuel. Shout out to Natalie. Emmanuel. Hey, yeah, her podcast, it looks really dope. I like her couch setup. She like the new Black Oprah, man. Shout out to her. All right, Abraham Lincoln at the end of the Civil War in April of 1865 announced limited suffrages for former slaves in the South, proposing the first form of reparations. He was killed 3 days later after he said that, before he could enact it. His successor, Andrew Johnson,
Ding,
flipped
ding,
the
ding.
switch. Are you serious? His
Black
successor, Andrew
codes?
Black codes is correct. Flipped the switch and gave states their own rights. Initially, what those black codes were enacted that forced blacks to work contracts each year where if you refuse, you'll be arrested and forced to work for free as
Actually,
black codes.
Des knows way more about Black codes than I do.
Way
more.
Black
Yeah, break it down for us, Jones.
Well, I mean, you essentially hit it, right? Which is you just had to be, with the quoting fingers, gainfully or lawfully employed. And then they had like little dumb shit like loitering. You couldn't be loitering. You couldn't do certain, like, all these nitpick things. And in the event that you broke any of those codes, you would be subjugated back to working essentially in a slave type capacity. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know, those
and then
are
that's when you go into the
predecessors
13th
to Jim
Amendment.
Crow. Yeah.
Because at that time they felt like, hey, you know, this was broken, so now you can legally go back and work at a lot of these same plantations for free, with no wages for X amount of time. And then while you were there, a lot of times what ended up happening is that they would extend your time or say, hey, you did not meet certain criteria, so you have to stay longer. So it was just another form of slavery, basically.
Yeah, they would sell people their seeds and the same equipment that they've been using while they were slaves. They'd turn around and sold it to you and created a debt. And then they took a percentage of your shares for sharecroppers. So they essentially just created a debt for you where you can never get out this debt. And because you didn't read and write and you were afraid to go to jail, as long as you had a place to stay, you would continue to be a slave for these companies, because, you know, most of their labor came from slave work. So Andrew Johnson essentially continued what we call slavery for eventually through the Reconstruction, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But he just moved it into another level. Whereas a lot of people think Abraham Lincoln was killed on a balcony watching a play just for no reason. No, he was killed because he was finna take the South labor force away from the South. Not only did he make them not slaves, but you telling me these niggas could just leave?
No, and he was gonna give them the. I mean, I only got like 7-8 minutes, but yeah, and then that's where the whatchamacallit comes into place as well. The 40 acres and a mule.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know that. All right. Pick your next category.
History for 300.
Starting in 1916, after the release of the controversial film The Birth of a Nation, the Great Migration was the movement of African Americans to the South, to the North, right? Over 6 million African Americans from 1916 to 1970 moved north. It should have been 12 million. Are you serious? I mean, Jones.
That's Jones.
Over 10.
Overton was correct, nigga. All right, so yeah, we was moving up south, man, and these people stopped publications like the Chicago Defender and other publications in the North advertising for employment to reach the South, and the black people hoping to keep the black people tied to the black codes and the new Jim Crow laws, which left slaves in prison on the same farms as they were slaves. What was the name of the dude on Living Single that liked Sinclair? Overton was his name.
Next. You ruined it.
History 400.
Yeah, we got knock these out.
On March 1975.
Yeah, dang, nigga, you write essays?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to show black people something. How many presidential elections has it been since 1965? That's the question.
God dang.
But basically, Lyndon B. Johnson introduced the voting rights because before you could vote, they would tell you you was at the wrong polling place, or they would discourage black people from voting, or they would tell you that there was something wrong with your application, or they would charge you a fee to vote, or they would just flat out stand in front of the polling place and say you can't vote. So Lyndon B. Johnson in 1965, the Voting Rights Act for black people, just enabled that we can vote. And it's been 15 since then. Black History for 500. The Niagara movement was the same thing, right? The Niagara movement, what is that? It's a precursor to one of the most powerful organizations for African Americans. I'm gonna let y'all answer that one.
Dean.
Go ahead, John.
The NAACP.
NAACP was founded as the Niagara movement. They met at the Niagara Falls and they did it. Which one you want to go now?
Let's go sports for 300. Are we on a time crunch?
Yeah, I gotta bounce.
Are you
I gotta go to this thing.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm
Who
just
in the World
to...
Series right now?
The Houston Astros, and then the God dang it.
Niggas don't know.
Phillies, that's what it is.
The Houston Astros and the Phillies. Black people don't know baseball, man.
Side note, never mind. I'll say it later. Go ahead.
Okay. Name the NFL franchise with the most starting black quarterbacks of all time. We talked about this a little bit last week. It is not the Vikings.
Ding, ding, ding. It's not?
Not the Vikings. It is the Baltimore Ravens.
Really?
Hold on, 10. The Minnesota Vikings have 9. But they count Josh Johnson with 1 star.
Come on, man.
Griffin with 2. But technically,
you said starting quarterbacks, man.
That's all started.
That started.
Yeah, they all started.
It's different. No, there's a difference between that started a game and then starting quarterbacks, brother. There's 2 different things.
They name the NFL franchise that has only had 1 black quarterback start only 1 game and play in only 1 game in their history. Name the franchise.
Sound like an East Coast game. East Coast team to me.
Definitely an East Coast team.
Sound like the Patriots to me.
I was gonna say it's the Northeast team.
Not the Patriots. It is the New York Football Giants.
Giants.
Oh, really? Interesting.
In 2017, Geno Smith started 1 game for the New York Giants. And before then, they've never had a black person play quarterback for the New York Giants.
It's crazy.
This Rugrats, y'all don't need to know. The winner is Jones. You done. You got to go, man. They in prison, man.
What is that? What show is this?
Over a number of years, finding solid.
Ding.
What is it?
Ding.
Jones?
Shawshank Redemption.
The Shawshank Redemption is the #1 movie on IMDb, Waterbank. The #1 movie on IMDb, the #1 rated movie of all time, The Shawshank Redemption. The agent patriot of an organized crime dynasty in the post-war New York transferred control of his clandestine empire to his reluctant youngest son. I'll give y'all code. This is the #2 movie of all time. #2 rated movie of all time.
Ding.
Jones?
The Godfather.
Oh, man, Jones won again, man. Oh, 2 weeks in a row. All right.
I'm so proud.
It's going to be a short podcast. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in on Twitch. Any last words before we get up out of here?
Yeah, ain't nobody tune in on Twitch. But, I mean, we can lie and say they did. So sure, yeah. All the people I want to say thank you for tuning in on Twitch.
Yeah,
All me
you know, all
that's
me,
watching and
yeah.
you that's watching. So
But
that's the two
nobody else
people
that turned in on Twitch.
that are on Twitch.
All right,
Yeah.
Jonesy, last words, man, before we get up out of here.
He's
Okay.
frozen
All
because
right,
he's in his
that's a good word.
he's in his expensive car. You know, sometimes they be so isolated that the signal can't get out.
Yeah,
That-
because the windows work, man. Yeah, you know, that's good.
Yo, first and foremost, pardon my tardiness. My class went late. Then I'm out here trying to make a run right quick. But shout out to everybody on Twitch, I guess.
Thank you for the shout out.
And that's it.
Yeah, thank you for shouting us out. All right, man. I love y'all. Peace out.
All right,
Stay
man.
black.
Yep.